Why is it that the very natural state of being real gets lost along the way to adulthood and has to be learned and relearned again and again? Are there ways we could help ourselves to hold on to our realness? Where is the child inside us that runs with the wind? If there is an individual who has captured the realness of the child and blended it with the responsibility that comes with being an adult, it is Sister Jayanthi.
I had been going through a period in which there were many questions, a great deal of confusion about what is right, what is wrong, what is the direction in which I want my life to go in. And it was as if I was not getting any clear answers from anyone out there. And coming to the university, I understood very, very clearly what was happening inside my own inner world. And when I could see a clear picture of what was happening inside myself, I then knew exactly what it is I had to do. And so I was able to follow a path and make a decision that I'm still comfortable with 30 years later.
Sister Jayanthi's path has made her an emissary for self-empowerment. She has the vision, experience, and unique ability to impart the deepest spiritual truth with the utmost clarity. Her role as a leader and teacher has taken her to over 80 countries. The secret of her success is a conviction that it is practice, not theory, that is paramount. If there was one particular quality that could be singled out, it would be humility. She is an efficient administrator as director of the International Center of the Brahma Kumaris in the UK and the centers in Europe. As a presenter, she has helped develop the Brahma Kumaris self-management programs worldwide. These programs offer training in values development and stress management to business and organizational leaders throughout the world. She is a co-presenter in the popular audio series Meditation for Extremely Busy People. One more area of importance to Sister Jayanthi is her work with the interfaith movement. Her approach to inter-religious cooperation does not mean being unfaithful to my religion, but entering a state of consciousness that transcends barriers and limitations. Ladies and gentlemen, Sister Jayanthi.
Good evening to my sisters and my brothers, and a special greeting of peace, Om Shanti. The meditation of Raj Yoga is very much to do with the mind, with my inner world. In fact, we describe this meditation as a very natural form of yoga. I'm using the word yoga now, and I think most people here would have come across this word, but I wonder how many people actually know what the term means. Well, yoga means to link together, to join together. And this particular yoga is described as Raj Yoga, the yoga which is the highest, the sovereign yoga, because it's dealing with the subject of the union of the self with the divine. I know that we live in a world in which we have many questions about the existence of God, and I understand that. In fact, I myself would have been a little bit in that situation before starting on the path of spirituality. What I found was that when I began to know myself, and come back to the consciousness of my eternal identity. Through that awareness, I became open to be able to feel the presence of the divine in my life. And then further, I was able to begin to gradually understand and start making a link and experience that connection with the divine. And today I would say that, yes, truly, it is God's grace, God's blessings, God's help, and God's strength that has brought me to this point. And I know that all of these things, that grace, those blessings, that protection, are available for absolutely every single one of us. In fact, not just those who are gathered here tonight, but the whole family of humanity. In terms of knowing the self, just simply to know that within this human vehicle, this human costume, there is a being. This is why we use the term human being. Just think about it. Are we human beings, or have we become human doings? We don't give ourselves a chance just to be. What we do is just simply use our energy externally without taking the time to actually be and experience who we truly are. And so, giving myself the luxury of time is not just in fact a luxury, but it's vital. It feels like a luxury because time has become so precious, and time is the most valuable treasure that we have. But at this moment, to give myself time to learn to be with myself, to know myself, and even a step further, to start loving myself is absolutely vital. Because only on the basis of this can I start having that openness of being able to know you deeply, not superficially, and also to begin to love you as a human being, not just in terms of one or two or three individuals, but in terms of being able to love my entire human family. When was the last time you had a significant conversation with anyone? Most times, conversation has died. And that little box that sits in the corner of every sitting room or even every bedroom nowadays that we call television, it's that little box that's actually talking to us all the time. We can't talk back to it, and we don't know what to do about it. And so we just simply listen and absorb and take it all in, and we find that we are influenced either in an overt way or a covert way, but definitely the way in which things go has been so much influenced by these things that come from outside. And because conversation has died, we don't make time for each other anymore. Relationships have become very superficial, very brittle. Think about a plant and how if a plant doesn't begin to take root and you don't nurture it and sustain it, it's never going to be healthy and strong. And how much more so that applies to relationships. Today, we can feel that relationships have become very brittle. But the reason is that we haven't nurtured them, we haven't sustained them. And I can only sustain a relationship with you if firstly, I've learned to sustain myself. And when do I give myself the time to nurture and sustain myself? Again, I live life on such an external level that everything is concerned just for my external needs, the physical needs of the body. And I forget that just as the body requires proper nourishment, it requires proper rest, it requires proper exercise, it requires the proper climate. Similarly, the human spirit, the being that I am, the soul that I am, I also require all of these things. We are very concerned about health today, and so we should. because we are responsible for our physical health.